book report I promised on the Thrill of the Chase. And I'm just gonna go through here, and I'm gonna go to the poem here. And basically this old guy here, Forrest Fenn, is a bit of an eccentric, and he hit a chest. He wrote a love story, and this is the poem, If You Solve the Riddle, which for whatever reason I solved, and now I'm going to spell it out to you why it's down below. And so, most importantly, there's a title to the gold, and as I've gone in there alone and with my treasures bowl, like I keep my secrets right and hint to riches new and old. I try to do that in prior videos, just showing like there was a gold rush here back in 1860, and that's the hints of riches new and old. Beginning where, and hints of riches new and old is also the gold title, because it's gold title and more, gold and more, right? Like the title to the gold at the bottom. So he's hinting at that at the top, okay? And he used to be a fighter pilot. This old guy here, he carried the atom bomb, so he used to fly in. So beginning where Warm Waters Hall, he's basically like a navigator, and he's talking about a mountaintop, and we're gonna call it Mount Brown. So where Warm Waters Hall, those will be the Pacific waters, and take it in the canyon down. That'd be like Albert Canyon, and as you take the Columbia River down, it swings around. Not too far, but too far to walk, put below the home of the Brown. Brown can mean so many things. It could mean the grizzly bear, it could be the brown fish, it could be the Indian tribe that used to be here that were basically called the, people of the fish, trout land kind of Indian term. I'm not exactly sure, but there's just some big fish around here, like big brown trouts, big bull trouts, and that could be the home of the Brown. It could also be Kootenai Brown, and then it could also be Mount Brown. So it could be a million things. It could be brown bear, but I believe it's that right there. If you take a look down there in the cave, like that's the home of the Brown, because that's a shelter, and I think the Native Indians would have lived there. And it looks old enough that it would be old school, and the view here is so beautiful. And down below would be the brown cows, and it's just like, why wouldn't you just want to live here? It's one of the nicest places in the world I've ever been to, and an eccentric would love it. And down there is like the home of the Brown. So with all the water gushing down from the glacier fed, this year's not even going to be a good year to go in there, because where Forrest Fenn hit the gold title and the casket is, he knew it was going to get wet, but it's protected basically by that waterfall, and that's Mother Nature's way. That's why he knows. And this year won't be a good year to get it, because there's too much snow in the mountains, and the caps at the top of those mountains, it's just going to be too much. So when you get to this part, if you've been wise and found the blaze. Now blaze can mean a lot of things. Just look quickly down your quest to seize, but Tarry Scant with marble glaze, just take the chest and go in peace. So the blaze is there, but if you take a look at the meaning blaze, it can mean lots of things. Like number 4, a sudden intense outburst. It can be number 9, to shoot steadily or continuously. It can be 10, to be brilliantly conspicuous. Brilliantly conspicuous would be the home of the Brown down there. And I've been down there, I've lit a fire down there, and I took a picture from the other side. And that's where one of my earlier videos was at. But the blaze is just like, it's that right there. And that's why I'm saying I can solve this. And I'll go into further in the poem later, but thanks for watching. I just want to get the message out there. I solved it right there, and I'll go more in depth into it. God bless, and it's a beautiful story, and I just want to share my story about spirituality with everybody. And back to the love story, Thrill of the Chase. I think you're bluffing. Why did you write the second book, right? The fact is that one of my next into Bell is just a little, so you didn't really even need the second book to solve the riddle. You just did it. And so I've just highlighted some stuff which I think's kind of neat or whatever. And so this is just, read for your own. Look, he's hiding the God message in his book. In it, God is what brought me to the story. So That's the waterfall he's talking about. I think it's a love story because, you know, like he's saying, God will forgive me. And that's who the love story to. So when she gets the plot to have her bones rested, she'll come here and read the poem and she'll realize that Forrest Van hit it right there for her. But the biggest thing in this book, which I think is the thing, is just always forgive a sinner. God bless to you all. Amen.